Does anyone remember Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy? The brother-sister duo was very popular during Pat's childhood, and she loved their adventures in storybooks her aunt gave her. Our next story, called Mushrooms, was inspired by the tiny pictures that were printed at the bottom of the pages in Pat's Raggedy Ann book. Part 1, Belonging. Mushrooms. I love to see mushrooms when I go outside. They are like tiny umbrellas growing out of the ground. When I pull one up, it has no root, just the stem hooking it into the dirt. Mom and Grandma tell me not to eat mushrooms because I might get a toadstool, and I wouldn't know the difference. Toadstools are poisonous, and if you eat them, you will die. I heard that often enough to become a believer. Some of my friends had parents who would go out into the woods and pick mushrooms and eat them. They didn't die. I guess it was because their parents knew the difference between a mushroom and a toadstool. Toadstools are long and thin. Mushrooms are flat and spread out. I see both kinds in the grass, but I won't even touch a mushroom or toadstool. I think if I get the poison on my fingers, it will stay there even after I wash my hands. I'll be poisoned and die. No way! Mushrooms fascinate me because of Raggedy Ann and her storybooks. Aunt Matilda gave me a Raggedy Ann storybook for my birthday. I don't have a Raggedy Ann doll, but I'll ask for one for Christmas. Raggedy Ann has all sorts of adventures in the story. My favorite part of the book is the tiny pictures at the bottom of the page. Ann and Andy, her raggedy friend, do their thing on the top of the page. The bottom has tiny insects in the grass. Little ladybug mothers push baby ladybugs in tiny carriages. A father walks behind, carrying a mushroom for an umbrella to shield the baby from the sun. An elderly ladybug strolls along carrying her mushroom umbrella. There is a whole world below the story's pictures. The ground below the Raggedies is a lot more interesting than those rag dolls. I look for this miniature world when I'm outside in the summer. It's better after a rain because more mushrooms come up and fire my imaginary bug world. My sisters don't know about my explorations below the grass. I think if they did, they'd laugh at me, so I don't tell them about mushrooms. As I grow up and learn about cooking, I find out that you can buy mushrooms in a can. Mom tells me they are safe to eat. The people who pick them and put them in cans don't pick toadstools. I am an adult cooking for my own family before I taste mushrooms in a can. Eventually, I see fresh mushrooms in the produce section of the store. I still don't have a real love of mushrooms like some people do. Today, one can buy an endless variety of mushrooms. I can't make myself buy those exotic mushrooms at more than $5 a pound. I still have this notion of poison when I see those strange portobello things. And I still look at the ones coming out of the ground to see if I can find those tiny baby carriages in the grass. This completes part 1 of Love Stories. Next week, Pat's son John will introduce part 2, which is called Connecting. John has some wonderful memories of his mother, and especially the rules she was inclined to implement as the kids grew into teenagers. Please join us next week for John's intro, followed by Pat's next story called Ellis Island, New York, June 2001.